Guess what? We are talking about a video game again. Exciting, I know.
I never thought this would happen to me, but...
Dear Penthouse.
I was gonna go for the Reddit reference, but you got the better one.
We're too old for that.
Yeah.
Saver.
So. I'm only on there because I make video essays, and that's the only place to pimp them. And, hey, this fucking thing. Biohazard is our vehicle this time. We've complained about the vehicle looks a few times. This one's maybe the ugliest. I did want to point out that Pyro has objectively worse stats than Biohazard. Pyro was a pile of shit. I hate that vehicle. And this one is much better.
They even mentioned the Fallout suit, but on the other hand, the Fallout and power armor didn't really look like that. It's just the helmet. But
yeah, but ironically, it looks like one of the dudes from New Vegas.
Yeah, the Desert Raiders. That was what I was thinking, but yeah, I can't actually blame, call them for plagiarizing this time.
Considering it's about, what, decade and a half before it?
About a decade, I think, because it wasn't the 10-year anniversary of the release just the other day.
Something like that, yeah.
It's official. Obsidian jacked him.
Yeah.
Plagiarism. Although, is it just me, or does this look more like a tank from something like Command & Conquer?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks ridiculous. It doesn't really fit in with anything in this game, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Right now, it looks like an alpha release of Command & Conquer Renegade.
Which, ironically, is even more stable than the released product. Ooh, that's a deep cut.
Man, I really did like Renegade multiplayer. It was unique, and it's weird that it hasn't really, been done as well again.
I think the only other game that kind of comes near to it is the XCOM third-person shooter, Enforcer.
You mean the first one? Don't forget the Bureau.
That's because there was a third-person XCOM shooter in which the only thing of note was the fact that Mission Control had the most annoying voice ever.
I actually haven't. I played the first two XCOMs, then I didn't play any until. I played some Apocalypse, by the way. But otherwise, it was a break for me until Fire Axis.
Trust me, you're not missing much.
Yeah, I know. I've actually played them afterwards, just a quick into everyone to see, and yeah, I'm okay with that blind spot. As a kid, I was more of a Jagged Alliance fan than an XCOM fan.
Yeah, most people seem to be one or the other.
I love
that hotel we just sent into orbit was called the A. Lee Inn. I want to miss that.
And there's an advert for a scrapyard called Men in Scrap.
Yep. And where's the secret base? We found it and we destroyed it.
Base? How low can you go?
It belonged to us.
When you tried to reach that power up there, were you base jumping? See?
I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to say you have no basis for these jokes.
I'm not going with advanced anymore. I'm sticking to the basics.
This is a very base level of humor that I don't appreciate.
Congratulations, we've officially put more thought into these jokes than a single track themselves.
Well, they did some thought in this level. There's some stuff that I appreciate about Area 51.
Alright. Question though, why do they have the no trespassing signs on the inside of the fence?
That is a damn good question.
So that you know for a fact you shouldn't be here.
Yeah, I mean, they labeled it as a secret base, like, go here. And then told us not to go here.
It does feel like a trap.
Show them the base. Don't show them the base!
Wait, is this the base they used for, that were a bunch of internet idiots who were about to run at Area 51? What is the base they built?
Yeah, if you look closely, there's a bunch of chickens doing an Naruto run.
It's the decoy Area 51. This is the real one, Area 52.
It was one of the few times I actually talked to my son about proper social behavior learned from the internet, and that was when he did a Naruto run when he was like 6 years old, and that shit doesn't fly.
And you didn't disown him and chase him into the night with a pitchfork? I'm impressed.
I believe in second chances.
You're a better man than I.
I had a friend who did Naruto runs unironically in high school.
Ooh.
I had a lot of shitty fucking friends in high school.
See, I'm kind of the opinion you're not really friends with people until like mid to late teenage years. Until then, it's just people in your area you're forced to be around who maybe have the same interests as you.
Friend by acquaintance by local proximity.
Basically, we're forced to be in each other's
it's the Millhouse
social area, so we might as well make the most of it.
Here's probably the best half of the Area 51 level. The moon.
It's the gravity is way lower.
Yeah. Much, much lower.
Yeah, for a second it looked like your guns were actually pushing you backwards.
No, I don't think there's a propulsion effect. It's just weird geometry when you jump.
Yeah.
Pushes you in all sorts of weird directions.
Alright. Why did the Soviet rocket have USSR, not CCCP?
Again, you're putting more thought into this than anyone involved with the game.
It was a rhetorical question.
Oh, look, it's the man in the earth.
You should see Critical Depth. There's one of the characters is called the Soviet Diehards. And they're Soviets who decided to keep going after the fall of the USSR.
Clearly there is a point when we should have stopped, but let's just keep going and see what happens.
Yep.
Alright, to approach the game, what's the special for this one?
We are about to see. I kind of fucked something up when I was on the moon, so I went back to Earth. I upgraded my remote bomb, and I planted it in a very specific point, and then I returned to the moon. So, is there anything from the Twisted Metal that is like a particularly good destructible that stands out to any of you?
No, but I remember what happens.
Twisted Metal. Eiffel Tower, if you want to go with the Twisted Metal, but I can see it being trumped here.
Yeah, Eiffel Tower is pretty impressive. In Rogue Strip, you blow up the Earth.
Rip.
Okay, points for ingenuity. I mean, I can't complain.
Yep. And then the Earth blows up the moon.
I remember there was something involving this stage in asteroids. I just couldn't remember what it was.
But wait, what? You're just in space now?
Yeah, we're just stuck in space forever.
How do you drive? I mean, I can't complain. I buy this. I'm all in.
You could have stopped this from happening. Why didn't you stop this from happening?
At the top, it currently says, "Quit is your only option," and indeed, it is our only option. We cannot progress anymore because there's no more game. We blew everything up in the entire world.
Oh yeah, I forgot it is not last man standing anymore. Oh yeah.
Yep.
I mean, technically that does mean you win.
Yeah, you would think. But no, we're playing by different rules now. When we first built the world, it said, at the top it said, there was an accident, right?
And now it turns into colony wars.
Yep. I just chased UFOs for a little while. We are currently invincible, and we have infinite of all the weapons, and they're all upgraded. So,
I think it's Interceptor, not colony war.
Yeah, both.
I felt a bit Space Invaders just because the gameplay is so simplistic at this point.
Is that the hotel you built?
Yep, that is the Alien. Obviously, if you don't blow it up on Earth, it is not here when you're in space.
Oh, yeah. But not even if you blow up the Earth.
Not even, no.
I mean, makes sense.
So now
it makes sense within this game.
Yeah.
Makes sense from a certain point of view.
Anyway, what was the special? You only mentioned blowing up the... with a mobile.
Well, that's pretty damn special. I gotta say, blowing up the
yeah,
Earth,
but not
cool.
the vehicle special.
The vehicle is it just has very high armor and a very damaging special.
Yeah, but what is the damaging special? That's my point.
Oh yeah, we haven't seen it yet. It is called the Zoomy missiles, which is a very generic weapon in Twisted Metal Black.
Yeah, it was a sniper type weapon, wasn't it?
It was like 4 or 5, actually I think it was 10 missiles. There they are. A cluster of 10 missiles.
Oh yeah, it's a weaker version of Sweet Tooth special.
Yes, exactly. They do have no homing capabilities in this game, but they have very, very high damage per missile.
So basically a shotgun type weapon.
Yeah, in a lot of ways. If you pin yourself up against the enemies, which is pretty easy to do with this vehicle, and you just dump the whole special into them, it does a lot of their health bar. Sometimes like half of some of the weaker enemies. It is a good special.
Yeah, I'm thinking, more spread version of Mr. Grimm's special in Twisted Metal 2.
Yeah, in a lot of ways, because of the no homing and the high damage.
Is the twirly, spinning stuff only visual, or is it actually hitbox related, or is it just straightforward with them?
Yeah, since you mentioned it, that does affect hitbox. It makes it much harder to hit with the missiles.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's oddly sophisticated for a PS1 game.
Yeah, the hit detection is quite good in this game. Actually landing the missiles is much harder than it needs to be, though, because of that little effect. Sort of like Sweet Tooth's Twisted Metal 2 special in that way. With the goddamn sine wave that can't hit anything. If you recall, when we ended the last Twisted Metal 3 video, the next level that we were going to was Hangar 18, which is a small location within the Area 51, which is further evidence that they jacked the blueprints for Twisted Metal 3.
Also that someone on the dev team was a big Megadeth fan.
Yeah, there's also 7 guitar solos in that level.
I mean, they should have a lot more originality. Thank God for Perfect Dark that had Area 52.
Yeah, they broke
and
a lot of new
Elvis.
ground. Perfect Dark.
And let us not forget the number of games that have had Area 69 in it.
Actually, how many is it that actually have had it? I mean, even Duke Nukem had Area 51.
There was that arcade game. I think it was called Area 51.
Yes. Yeah, it was a light gun game.
Yep.
Also released for the PS1.
Let's LP it.
I mean, it's going to be a bit difficult in this day and age with flat screen monitors and everything, but okay.
Right after we LP Duck Hunt, apparently.
Now, got a great idea for a charity event. Desert bus, but with Duck Hunt, in that you just keep going until everyone dies.
Oh, I was thinking it's some ROM hack where you do drive-by shootings.
Wouldn't surprise me if that existed.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bus. It's a multiplayer game for 16 people. And instead of shooting a dog, you can run it over.
32-player co-op if you fill out both sides.
So yeah, unfortunately, actually playing this level, not all that great. It's not especially well designed. It's more interesting than the Twisted Metal 3 big square levels, but not by much.
Compared to the White House in Twisted Metal, it's a lot better.
Exactly. Yep. But here's the interesting thing, Goliath is back.
A boss again? Wait, you didn't get squished.
Yeah, I'm going to get squished by it later. That was just a weird hit detection thing. So Goliath, he can appear in the previous level, the mall, the Washington, D.C. level, but he has a random chance of just not doing that, and if that happens, then he will appear in Area 51 instead. Just random.
For a second, I thought it was some kind of you took too long on the level and now you have to suffer kind of mechanic.
Yeah, I thought that too. I had to test it a bunch of different times. It's literally just random.
I must point out, because of earlier discussion, the parachuted tourist did not get affected by the low gravity on the moon.
But he's an alien, so he has anti-gravity boots or something.
You mean pro-gravity boots?
Yes, that's exactly what I meant.
For his space parachute.
Yeah.
Yep. George Lucas wrote it for him.
The moon, famous for its air and gravity.
It's a space paratrooper. Okay, he's been cribbing ideas from Iron Skies, okay?
Now that would explain the last Indiana Jones movie.
Yep. There I finally got smashed by a Goliath. And I did it in midair. And also part of my vehicle went invisible because it's not meant to be smashed. Because it has like weird layers to it.
Are you suggesting that this game may not have been properly playtested?
It's not perfect, but it's pretty good.
Is it possible to blow up the moon? Without,
Nah, just by blowing up the Earth, you take out the moon. Yeah. It's all or nothing. And a little thing that I didn't specifically point out, but we probably saw it a few times, is that this vehicle, when it picks up a vacationer, they flip open the front of the vehicle, like it sort of splits in half.
Ah, I wondered what that was.
Yep. The cockpit opens up. It's a neat effect. Oh, and our next level is a bonus level.
Why do I get the feeling that that name is false advertising?
Wait, since we're driving a car, are we going to kick a stationary Street Fighter instead?
No, my car!
Would have been more fun. Because your instincts are correct, Static. This is not a very fun.
This is one of the few times where you'd be able to say, "Are we having fun yet?" Ironically, and actually not be a dick for doing it.
Yep. At this point, we're pretty much out of ammo, and our machine gun keeps overheating. We can't really keep breaking the stuff. So.
And didn't you say that once in next level you only bring what you still have in weaponry?
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how that works. We're going to see in the next video, but I don't know if it just kept what we had at the end of the last level, or if we're just going to start next level with nothing. We'll see.
That's hilarious trap.
Yeah. Here's a little dig at Sweet Tooth.
Really? I was thinking it was Mudvayne.
This might predate Mudvayne a little bit.
If you listen carefully, you can still hear someone going burp burp ding, burp 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 ding.
I did just hear a podcast that talked about Mudvayne, and they're surprisingly technical musicians. Like, their songwriting is really bad, but the guys in the band are actually really, really good musicians.
Oh no, lyrically they're not fantastic, but like, I think one or two of them are classically trained musicians.
Mm-hmm. Although Chad Gray's current band, Hell Yeah, their most recent album had a song called Black Flag Army, and it's about how anarchists are awesome. Yeah.
We don't need any songs, but we appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you, Chad Gray. On the right side of history, that guy.
Who would have thought?
It's funny because the guitarist for that band was also in Nothing Face, and Nothing Face's lead singer was also an anarchist.
Yeah.
It's like a Swedish punk band, KSMB, It's kind of funny because on their web page, when they people was a really old web site, but people kept asking them, "Are you ever gonna reunite?" Yada yada yada, and said, "No, we're not to reunite because I think it was bass player. He became a cop."
Ew.
Yeah, we're not doing this again.
Well, that's one way to kill off a band.
Yeah.
Yep. So what we unlocked with our ending password there was a helicopter vehicle. There are vehicles in this game that are neither bosses nor in the default roster. They're just super-powered random vehicles that they decided to design and throw in the game at the last minute. But
Micro
we have
Machine
certainly
design.
seen enough Rogue Trip for one video, I think. So
Could have said that 2 minutes in.
that's for sure. We will check out the helicopter in a later video.
We did deserve to see the Earth blow up, though. That took more than 2 minutes.
You've got a point there.
Blowing up the Earth was pretty good, and I would understand if that was the end of the LP for you.